Well, good morning and welcome to another Wine Steward video. Thank you once again for watching. And thank you for paying attention early on to hear about the wine of the week. Yes, we identify one wine in particular every week, not for any reason except for that it's interesting and it's delicious. How about that? Those are the two criteria for a wine of the week. And we roll through all kinds and types and colors of wines of the week. And this time we are going to a very, very interesting place in southern Italy. We actually went there last night and one Tuesday ago in the form of a dinner, two dinners that we had out at Terra Mia restaurant in Livermore. And thank you so much to everyone who attended. I think we, between the two dinners, saw over 70 of you, and that was very, very gratifying, especially at a time of the year when so many of you are out of town. So thank you for coming, especially on a work night, a weeknight, and enjoying Italian wines and food of Terra Mia with us. Well, we will be doing that again. Stay tuned. I intend to present to you a fall version of that, where of course the menu will change according to the season, and the wine list will change as well. So if you missed out this time, don't worry. We've already had an agreement with the fine people of Terra Mia to repeat the performance in a different way, of course, because we love difference. We loved this last night. In other words, a lot of you bought it, and thank you for that. I had to commit to 60 bottles of this particular wine in order to get a very decent or more decent price. Wines from this area, where are we? I haven't even told you yet. Wines from this area are never inexpensive. That's because it's not easy to farm up here. Ooh, there's a clue. And also because there's only so much available land on which to farm. Where are we? We are on a volcano called Mount Etna on the east side of the island of Sicily, Italy. And Mount Etna is one of those volcanoes that is eternally restless, always active, believe it or not. And so the terroir here is constantly being re-nurtured or nourished with new volcanic ash. Yes, this is a part of the world where the terroir remains constant. It's not, its quality is not eroding away because there's eternal eruptions happening here, and yet another layer of layer of ash landing on the vineyards in the Etna region. The Etna region, which is, you know, a little below 2,000 and above 2,000 as well. So this grows at about 2,000 feet here. The grape is called Caricante. We're having here Duca di Salaparuto, Lavico, Etna Bianco. Let's say that faster. Duca di Salaparuta Lavico. I'm slowing down. Etna Bianco. It's hard to say all that. It's fun, you know. You don't speak Italian, you sing it, you emphasize, and you know, just think of those operas. Anyway, besides all that, this wine is really quite delicious. In fact, I just can't look at it any longer. I must imbibe. This has a delicious richness and life to it. It's so nerve and body at the same time. This is damn good juice. 100% Caricante grape from the eastern slopes of Mount Etna, Sicily, Italy. Some of you have actually been up there. I am very, very, very jealous. The reds from here are just as famous. Those are made with Nerello Mescalese, with sometimes the addition of a darkening Nerello Cappuccio. And we have some of that downstairs too. Either one, I think, are really, really, really good in a Burgundy glass. So taste it as if you're having a white Burgundy in a fat glass like that. The wine of the week, Etna Bianco from Duca di Salaparuto. I'm getting better. Let's remind you once again that we carry spirits here at the Wine Steward. We don't pour them upstairs. We don't have the license for that, but we are buying spirits the same way we buy small production, really good wine, by tasting it first. And you know, sometimes we taste with our eyes first. And who can pass up this beautiful bottle of gin? If you're anything like the gin lover that I am, then you will want to try Citrine from Thresh and Winnow, made in Chicago, domestic gin made by ladies. And this producer also makes fantastic rye whiskey that we used to carry. Enough about that. This is to announce that this is back. between the two gins that we carry from Thrush and Winnow, you have preferred this. I like them both. The other one is called Foray, and it has a slightly greenish label. This Thrush and Winnow citrine goes in more of a citrus direction, while Foray has a more foresty, as the name implies, quality of a little more evergreen to it. So if you know the gins from St. George, and you know the green label from them, St. George Spirits, even closer to home, you can relate to that Foray that way. Really an extrovert of a gin. This citrine is gorgeous with a citrus emphasis. So check it out, as you already have. Many of you have, because I went downstairs a week ago and saw that the shelf was bare of this, and we are here happily announcing that it's back. Beautiful bottle that you will not want to throw away once it's finally empty, because gosh, look at it. Maybe you got to see it in person, but you'll not want to throw this bottle away. It's a value in and of itself. I'll put some flowers in it. All right, so the big thing to tell you today is really, really important to us, because events are important to us. Events are important to you, because even though we're having a challenging time in the wine business, that's the whole industry, you know, we are still filling the house when it comes to putting on an event. So what I do like to do is keep the events 2 weeks apart for promotional purposes. Why put one on top of the other so that they're vying with each other for your attention? Well, hopefully some of you will want to come to both of these, or one of these will be more attractive to you than the other, because we are in fact cramming them together. They are going to be only 1 week apart in August. So at least we have a little time to promote these two events, which are a week apart in August. I think we are talking about the 10th, and anyway, I'm not even sure yet. I know, I'm being vague on the date, but by the time you see an email from us, from the Wine Steward, tomorrow, no later than tomorrow, you will have these dates formally announced, and you will be able to go to thewinesteward.com to sign up for either or both. What the hell are we talking about? Well, let's first tell you, with trembling pleasure and excitement, and I just very, very pleased to have finally landed the right person to show you South African wine. Some of you were just in South Africa, and you'll surely want to attend this event. We have carried South African wine for nearly all of the years that we've been around, but I had yet to find the provider, the importer of South African wine that had a wide enough array of thoughtful wine shoppy stuff, instead of large production, sometimes funky, always interesting, but sometimes like, and you don't have enough great wines to comprise an event, to basically fill a menu for the South African event I'm speaking to quickly. I'm sorry, 3 cups of coffee. Peter, not remembering his last name, he's visited us now 3 times. He is the actual importer of small production, really good South African wine, whites and reds and sparkling wine called, yeah, you'll learn at this event too. The sparkling wines of South Africa are called what? Cap Classique. That's kind of like buying Cremant from France. So Cap Classique, sparkling wine from South Africa, is always made the champagne way. The champagne people don't really want us to say that, so we just say méthode traditionnelle, second fermentation in bottle. And the small production ones are excellent. He imports some of those. And this is the first wine we brought in from Peter, actually the second wine. We do have a Cap Classique from him, but this showed very, very well in the lineup of Chenin Blancs that we had at our wine bar last week. And this will certainly be yet shown once again by Peter in mid-August. All right, so that's coming. South Africa, very, very first time. I hope you guys are in town to sign up for that. What else is happening? Within days of that, or maybe just a few days before that, will be easily our most popular event of the year. In fact, this year, because it's so popular, we are doing it twice. We are going to show you Châteauneuf-du-Pape and the Rhone Valley in general twice this year. We always do it in late November or early December, as you adherents to the subject know. But once in a while, we have enough ideas and enough wine to do it twice. So let's announce by showing you this bottle of Peygaud, Domaine du, I think it's Domaine du Peygaud. Some people say Peygaud. There's a fight even within the family about how to pronounce the name, but this is in fact, one of the wines that will be shown is the brand new vintage 2022 of a longtime favorite of ours. I've had this wine even at the age of 20 years. Good friends have opened theirs. In other words, I'm not able to keep my hands off wine that long, but some people buy enough of Piguet to have some that's been hanging around in good circumstances, meaning cool temperature, climate controlled wine cellars, to open this and for it to be still brilliant and advanced, but wonderfully developed. This is going to be one of the wines we show that evening. The reason why we're doing this in August is because there is a boat that has just landed that has things for which I had already spoken. At least 3, maybe even 4 wines from Charbonnière. Charbonnière, another fantastic Châteauneuf-du-Pape producer. And we are going to be showing 3 of their 2022 cuvées. This is a 2022. The other reason why we're doing this event, yes, yet another reason, is because 2022 is a very, very nice vintage for the area. So we're going to highlight that. I'm sure we'll have some wines from other years. And in fact, Charbonnière, I believe we're going to have an antique from them as well, a 2012. How about that? So this event is happening so close to the South African event because of who's able to come, who's not able to come. I've already asked some of the special customers who basically load up on Châteauneuf-du-Pape when they attend these. Sorry, get out of here, fly. And that's why the 2 events are kind of stuck close together. I apologize for that. You'll soon know the date specifically. With respect to Châteauneuf, I might even do a Sunday and a Tuesday affair. I might offer this twice. We'll see how that goes. But I want you to be aware that South Africa and Châteauneuf-du-Pape, meaning the Southern Rhone Valley with maybe a visit or 2 to the Northern Rhone, and who knows what. Those are all going to happen within close proximity of each other, and I can't apologize for putting a good show on for you that way. I know enough of you will want to sign up. So, thank you for watching this rambling video. Do keep in mind this beautiful wine from Mount Etna, the wine of the week, La Vico. Let's try that again. Duca di Salaparuto, La Vico, Etna Bianco. I'm getting better. And that fly is history.